So I have 8% battery life left, so I have to do this garden tutorial really quick. He's a wild dog. Alright, so let's get in here, shall we? That's looking good. So it's been a couple weeks since I've been out here, and I came through and weeded everything. Oh, that almost hurt. I did actually come through here the other day and pulled out some vegetables. So these are my potato plants. I stopped tilling them up a while ago. So somewhere down in here I saw them last time I was here. You can see where they're starting to flower and everything. I saw them. Now they're gone. They were down at the bottom, right there. That was the purpose of growing one variety, was I wanted these berries. Now they're still babies. They're still tiny, but when they grow bigger, there's going to be seeds in them. That's going to be surrounded by a layer of stuff, this toxic stuff that, will prevent it from growing. So those have to be cleaned out, and then they have to be dried. But this is what I was after, was true potato seed. Not because I think that this method of growing with potatoes is bad, because I want to have true seed in case of emergency. Sometimes I want to eat all my potatoes. Isn't that a pretty little mushroom? But I have 8%, so I better make this quick. And there's more flowers, which means more seeds. My garlic are doing better. These are peanuts. I kind of threw them in there after a while. And these ones are doing fine. The onions are not great. These corn, they are from the squirrels, actually. So that's the squirrel's corn. And no matter what I do, this still just keeps flopping over. I have tried everything. It just wants to flop and flop and flop. Oh, slugs, no. Get out of here. So these are tobacco. These are the tobacco you saw me plant. They're actually, this one's really taken off pretty good. These ones, two are not as good. This one's sucking up everything, the moisture and the nutrients and the sun. Here's my chives and my rosemary. Oddly enough, I don't know why they're not doing that great. And down here I have some basil, which, yeah, this is fennel. These right here, I believe, are parsley. Yeah, these are parsley, and this should be celery right here. Yeah, this one up in the front is celery. Yeah, these are basil in here, mixed in with this weed. Anyways, I'll come back and weed later. That's fennel. These are my carrots right here. Spinach didn't actually come up at all, which I was kind of bummed about because the cat murdered the one I had on the inside. I had to do some better weeding because some more dandelions coming through, and lots of corn. Lots of corn. My wheat not doing that great. A lot of it died out, but I do have a lot of wheat stalks coming up, so I'm happy about that. Okay, I'm down to 3% battery life, so let's make this quick. Sugar beets right here. This is, I believe, I think those are Brussels sprouts, and that's the cauliflower. Only one of the cauliflower survived, and a few of the Brussels sprouts did. My tomatoes are, I believe, they're not doing really good with this setup. Lots of little tomatoes starting. No runners, surprisingly. I had a really big one. Oh, here it is. Right there. So that's going to be the first one. There's a few more up in there. So they're doing good. These are the tomatillos. Right here. Mixed in with weeds. These are the tomatillos. And you can see a tomatillo forming right there. Happy about that. No idea how a tomato plant got all the way over here, but it lives here now. And then these are all my peppers. I believe these are the bell peppers. You can see one right down in there. Bigger one right there. So I have bell peppers coming. These are purple. And this is not a bell pepper. Looks like a cayenne. Maybe that's the hot bell pepper back there. I think that's what that is. These look like cayenne. Yeah. Let's see. Hot cayenne. Yep. More cayenne over here. See, I think that's actually the... Oh, one made it and died. I did not even notice it. So I think that's a spicy bell pepper. And then the purple would be onto the side over here. Yeah, black bell pepper. Only one of them came up. Oh, another tomatillo. So, gonna get some spicy bell peppers. Love that. That's amazing. And then over here I have some paprika. Looks like they started flowering at some point. And more of the peppers down the way. You can see the jalapenos starting in the Anaheims. Right down in here. So the peppers are starting to come in. So I'm super happy about that. My first pumpkin right there. And so I've already picked some green beans. I have more starting to form. Here are my squashes, my zucchinis, and my yellow squash, and my white button squash. Oh, I have a yellow squash forming finally. Yay! I might pick that. I saw a white button the other day. Oh, see, those are starting to form. I saw a bigger one the other day, like a week ago or so. Should be more. I already picked one big cucumber, so I'm happy about seeing all these flowers because that means more are on the way. And so far, most of these are male flowers. You can see no bulge at the bottom. That shows that they're male. When they have a bulge at the bottom, it's the fruit. So someone was saying they didn't know how to tell the difference. So that's actually how you tell, is looking for bulges. Like this has a bulge. That's going to be a female. And then you see the ones without the bulges, and those are the males. So, yeah. But I really... So the day before yesterday, I came and filmed how my garden's doing. And last night, a severe storm came. That's still just being a pain in the butt. The fennel even. I mean, we had some seriously crap winds come through here. So much so it literally ripped a bunch of branches out of trees. This is just one. We have another one in the front yard. A bunch of neighbors have them. Oh, and that happened too. So I'm gonna see if I can salvage any of these poor guys. Gonna try and twine them up and see if they'll hold. Yeah, so that happened. Anyways, let me give you a better garden tour now that I'm not like rushing to say things as loud as I can. Hopefully I don't fall again. Okay. This is twine. Just gonna use it for cat scratching posts, but alright, so garlic and peanuts. Apparently they get along pretty good. These corns, I might just take them out. This is my Anaheims, I believe, or jalapenos. Both, looks like. Anaheims and jalapenos are flopped over. I might have another cage left. I can, yeah, I see at least one cage left. This corn, I mean, these things got hit with debris. My wheat, which isn't too bad looking. Pull this one up too. To be honest, it's so small it probably won't even make it to harvest. It's not mine anyways. I mean, I'll have enough for replanting, but that's pretty much all I wanted. That's really not going to be anything substantial to eat, so I think I just need to spread them out better next year. My sugar beets are doing pretty good, except for that one. Those are just fine, except for a lot of this corn. I know I have a lot of weeds in here too, but these right here are the sugar beets. So I just grind them up, turn them into sugar. It's where the majority of the world's sugar comes from, unless you specifically buy cane sugar. My tomatoes are still looking gorgeous. Look at that big boy right there. Another one behind him. Next year we're definitely I'm gonna add more cages, and I'm probably gonna give the tomatoes a little bit more room. Though this seems to be working just fine, actually. I know this was a whole experiment of putting them all together, and they get debris everywhere. I mean, we had really, really strong winds. Doxy's sister said her area got about 70-mile-per-hour winds, and ours might have been. It was bad. It was really bad. We were literally watching the branches fall from the trees. It was that bad. Okay. Potatoes seem to be doing just fine. I really should have healed them up a long time ago. They're just kind of laying flat. But look at the berries. They're getting bigger. Oh my gosh. Look at them. This is the whole real purpose for these being one thing of them. So just gonna let them keep going. I mean, of course I'm gonna want the potatoes that they grow with the plant too. That one snapped all the way in the back there, hidden by everything, and that's how bad the winds are that they snapped it. That one was kind of protected by the fence line, which can't argue with that. So yeah, down here in the soil should be some purple potatoes. It's gonna be fun trying to dig those up. This stupid stalk of corn. What are you doing, Boo? You need a haircut. Oop, yeah, don't do that. We added the metal fencing because the squirrels are just eating holes through the plastic. I don't really, I'm used to having fenced yards when I do have yards, so. I'll be spraying this with peppermint oil. Damn, that's how high the wind was. It went that far into the ground. Luckily, no broken windows. I did pull the cats in from the porch, but nothing broke, at least here. Take the saws out of this later and make it more manageable. Oh man. Okay, but I mean, oh, that big boy's about ready to pop. Should probably actually cut her out. I think she's ready. Yeah, so I put these in cages and kind of pinned them up so that they got more airflow. I trimmed a lot of the extra leaves off. The storm also helped with that. And that gives, you know, pollinators able to see the flowers so they can come in and actually pollinate them. So, okay, I'm gonna show you this. Her friend was saying she doesn't really know the difference between a male and a female flower. So, okay, here's a perfect example. This right here is a male. Oops, well, it was a male. There's no real big bulge at the bottom there. But then you see what this is. When this comes up to flower, it's got the fruit at the bottom. So you can actually see the difference. You can start to see the fruit on the back side of it, the flower. So this would have been able to pollinate. And I'm not worried about these cross-pollinating because I'm not saving any seeds from any of these. I am gonna, however, try to get all these extra plants out of here. Oh. Anyways, I'm sure one flower is not gonna hurt anything. But, so yeah, this one doesn't have that bulge, really. I mean, yeah, there's just no real fruit. But this one has the fruit back there, right here. So that's how you can tell what's gonna be a male and what's gonna be a female. So these are males, this is a female. So, I mean, to be honest, it took me a long time to even realize that, and I had to look it up. So, it's just part of the learning process. Okay. I need to stop squishing my corn. Because a lot of them are falling over, and I gotta pick them up. I can't do that with camera because I don't have the tripod out here. I just wanted you to see. I tried to pick them. I picked some up last night, but many just were not having it. Holy Snapchat. Okay, so here's my first pumpkin. And she's starting to weigh down the fence, so I might have to give her some support there. This has a female right there. And that's a male right there. So I could literally just pick that flower and go pollinate a female if I wanted to. The rotten ones. To be honest, I'll be happy with this one pumpkin. I just powder it and use it for extra fiber. I'm probably gonna let this one see what happens with that one. I might hand pollinate it. I am going to trim. Oh, that's really embedded in the fence there. I might come and actually trim this down just past this point here. God. Leaves got just demolished. We might have gotten hail. I didn't remember hearing any hail. Some of the neighbors said they had hail, some say they didn't. So honestly, we probably did not. Oh, this one's finally starting to grow a stalk too. Or a cob. That one might be too. I was really hoping because I wanted, this is the blue Hopi corn. It's meant for flowers, making flour. Yeah, these definitely got hit with debris. They had to get hit with such a really significant force to pull them out of the ground like that. And this is kind of proof. I don't know if I got hit with the big branch as it went by. I don't know, but that one's destroyed. This over here is the purple jewel. And I just have regular sweet corn back here, and pretty sure the one with the red tassels is squirrel corn, as I'm gonna call it now. So I'm gonna try to pick these up and then put a rope in to kind of hold them in place, and then I'm gonna come through later and add more soil to kind of help grab them into place, because a lot of the soil also got eroded with basically a bunch of the storms that hit us. Like, it was terrible. I would love a lot more. Seems a little spiky, but okay, I would love a lot more of the cucumbers, like a lot. I have one, and I'm gonna do an experiment with it because I like messing with stuff. But I have one so far. I cut it up and put it in the freezer, which ruins it for pickling. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna freeze dry the pickles, and then I'm going to see about when I go to reconstitute them in the pickle liquid and see how that works, because it'll actually probably work out really well. So I'm gonna get to work here. I have to get a lot done, then I have to go fix the garage door because my stupid ass backed into it today. So I gotta get those plants up too. I'm gonna try to just grab a cage and clip them to them myself, some more clips. Hopefully it'll work. String up some of the others so that they're all kind of held into place a little bit better. That's really all I can do. I mean, my garden's pretty destroyed, but it can bounce back from this. I'm gonna have to go through and re-weed it. I just weeded it and it was looking pretty, and well, that didn't last long. But I mean, it pretty much devastated my whole garden, but she can recover. Oh, those fruits right there, I'm so happy with that. But I have to watch the jalapenos. I have to get to a good size, and I have to cut them out before they start to turn red. And the Anaheims too, because I don't want them to turn red. If I want to make chipotle peppers, then I'll let them turn red, but I don't really want that, so I don't want them to turn red. And none of the peppers I'm saving seed from. Like, none of the peppers I'm going to save seed from. A lot of these are just cross-pollinated. The tomatoes are not cross-pollinated, and I don't think they would be with the tomatillos, even though they're in the same family. And they're in the same family as peppers too, but I don't think they're going to cross-pollinate. But I'm going to double-check that to make sure. Though, to be fair, I really don't think I'm going to get Brussels sprouts or cauliflower this year because it's already almost August and they're still tiny. Should have started them a little earlier. And not let the cats murder them. Yeah, everybody's cleaning and burning, and yeah, Gonna have a bonfire here soon. But yeah, so this is how I know this is the chicken corn, by the way. They have this redness, and if I was to pull this back, there would be red on the cob too. And I see them laying all over the place. And someone's saying, oh no, they're getting them from the neighboring fields. I went out there and looked, and none of their tassels are red. This is not the same brand. This is a store-bought corn that some of the kernels ended up getting planted in everybody's yards, and most people mow them. Mine ended up in the garden, so it's pretty. And you know, the squirrels can keep this one, mostly because it's kind of attached to my pumpkin plant. My pumpkin's also trying to put on another fruit right here. That looks like it's going to be a male. See, okay, here's a good reference. There's nothing fruit-like looking on this, right? But you come here and you see that little bulge. That's a female, and that is a male. So that's kind of how you tell the difference between a male and female in the zucchini families. Like zucchini, squash or pumpkins or squash. So that whole family there, they have that has no bulge, that has a bulge. So, I mean, some of them, you know, could confuse you. Like this one could be like, oh, that could be a female. I'm pretty sure it's a male though. This one too, because this is the same pumpkin plant and it does a little bit bigger fruits. But these are going to be small pumpkins. They're just the little sweet pie pumpkins, and that's really all I wanted. I want enough to make some freeze-dried pumpkin pies. I'm not going to make the pie and then freeze-dry the pie. I'm going to make the stuff that goes in the pie, minus the sugar. I'm going to freeze-dry that, and then add the sugar to it later. So all you have to do is add water, heat, put in a crust, and cook. So almost instant pumpkin pie mix is my plan. So I do want a couple of these, but I'll be okay with just one. I'm gonna get a few though from the looks of it. Anyways, there's another branch. I mean, that's why this tree and that tree needs to go. That one just freaks me out. I mean, I would literally think that branch came from that tree, except for the fact that the winds were blowing that way as evidence of the corn. So wherever that branch came from, it didn't come from there, so it had to come from somebody else's yard. And more than likely it came from that direction and just plowed through the corn, because the wind was coming from this direction. I gotta stop filming over there because it's my neighbor who woke me up balls early in the morning because I don't know why. This is apparently a late bloomer. Come on, little guy. I'm gonna put you up here. Oh, I know. You're like, screw that. I saw what happens to things up top. But you're coming up this way anyways. I'll put you loosely on there so you can flow with the winds. Guess this is another pumpkin. It's just blooming late, so that's probably not going to get me anything in time. There was more stuff in here. I thought I put more cucumbers, but I guess they didn't come up. These are just weeds over here. That's another tree, which I'm just going to leave it be because I actually want to save it and take it to Colorado. Which would be a great episode coming up. Ooh, yeah. So that'll climb up that way. This definitely looks like a pumpkin though. It's soft and fluffy. Got the soft fluffies. Okay, buddy. We're gonna put you this way so that you go that way. There you go. You'll like it better up there. There's much more room. Just ask the other pumpkin this is why I trellised it too. Because otherwise it would take up most of the yard, which I didn't want to do. I do have some peas that I missed, and the plant just died overnight, and so I'm just going to let those go to seed because I don't really see why not. You know, if they're hybrids, it's fine. It's just purples and green beans and whatnot. I think those are actually the snap peas. So that is the damage done to my garden this year. My poor babies. Yeah, I didn't want to watch this, and then we saw the trees coming down out front, and Doxy came out to look out back, and I came out and looked and saw the corn and about cried. Peanuts are doing good. I have lots of peanuts. Just gotta get the peppermint spray to keep the deer and the squirrels out, and I'll actually be able to harvest. Chives are basically telling me where to shove it at this point, and the dill is doing the same. This is that fennel, which is no longer standing upright either. And the parsley and celery. For the most part, the carrots look fine. I mean, they're a root plant, so they're probably actually loving it. Plenty of water and... Hey, you buddy! You can't be here. You cannot be here. Don't you spit at me, jerk. Ah! You have a knife, too. Okay, you get out. Sorry, no caterpillars allowed in the garden. I'm gonna get a post or something to... Yeah, that smells good. A post or something to put the dill up, and hopefully it'll recover. And yeah, my onions they're all poking out. They're not getting too big. So onions are failed this year, and that's my fault. Between all the bug bites, I half-assed everything. I mean, they got me pretty bad. I forgot to show a picture last time, so hopefully I remember this time. But those gnat bites, they were terrible. I don't even see any of the soil I actually planted in here anymore. Tomatillos are coming off. So, yeah, these bad boys. I could probably get away with just adding some more soil at the bases and hold them up again. I think a lot of that is just eroded soil. See, now it's kind of holding up. Probably get away with that. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Oh man. Okay. Okay, so that's an easy fix. This is the jalapeno. So these I gotta start watching closely because I want to harvest them at a good time. I do believe this is the Anaheim. And this, I don't remember. It's some sort of chili. But I don't believe it's Anaheim. Let's get this one. Sorry. Okay, let's get you in there. Get a good bit of soil in there around you. Okay. I think this might be the chili de arbol. So I think this might be the chili de arbol. I can't remember, but that one doesn't have the tag. I'm pretty sure this is an Anaheim. It looks like an Anaheim. I'm becoming to love those Anaheims. I planted them mostly for Doxy, and I cook with them so much now. They're not hot and spicy. You gotta pick them when they're still green. Yeah. So they're small, but they're Anaheims. So I'm gonna finish doing that. I'm gonna hit the corn, and then it's gonna be it for this video. I'm not gonna show all that. So Lord knows I'm tore back. We had more storms come through till late last night, and then I had to be up when that guy decided he was ready to clean up his yard. So I'm very tired. And my dog is currently able. Seymour! See! Venica! Venica, see! Come on! Oh, you're right there. What you doing? What you doing? I'm right here, dummy. Hi. Hey. Seymour, you okay? Freaking weird. Okay. So my dog's still here. He just doesn't go far. He might go to the front of the house. And Snickers is a curious little one too, so she likes to hang out in the windows, destroy blinds. She's still a kitten. Look how fat she got though. She's a little fatty fat. we got her. She was underweight, so I'm fairly thrilled with the fatty fat part. Okay, so yeah, gonna get this going. This sucks, but I think it's salvageable. I think a lot of this is salvageable. I might lose a stalk or two of corn. I've probably lost some wheat, but I mean, this is gonna be ready to harvest pretty soon. It's just gotta change colors. Yeah, so I really don't think I'm getting anything from these. Sure that this, I don't know what that is. I can't tell which is which because they both look the same. This might actually be the cauliflower, just judging by that little centerpiece there. I can't tell. Won't know until they're bigger. The Brussels sprouts go straight up and the cauliflower just kind of grows out. The squirrels are also devastated by the devastation. Great, now I'm starting to sound like Kamala Harris. The devastation was so devastating that we are all just devastated. Okay, no! Boo, come here! Seymour! I'm not really her, it's okay, come on! Come back! Come on! That must have been a good impression. Scared my dog off. So yeah, those are really not going to do good. I'm hoping raised beds next year so I can get better garden soil and everything. We just need about a foot beds, a lot more soil. To be perfectly honest, Doxy would take out Alona's house to give me the most perfect garden if I let him. He really would. Sometimes I have to stop him from trying to do stuff to make sure that it's financially sound before we try to do something. Because I don't want to break the poor boy. So anyways, so there's that. But I'm going to try to do some raised beds. I wanted to do some arches for a lot of these plants and have them go from one row to the other. That didn't happen. Of course, I would like to extend the garden. But we're going to do little by little. So first, next year, I'm going to try to get the raised beds in. We were going to try to not destroy the yard. But you know what? In this day and age, who the hell doesn't want to buy a house that already has a pre-planted garden? Or a pre-set up garden, right? You got to be crazy not to. So, I'm going to try to do raised beds next year. I'm going to have to go through and boil water and just drop boiling water on every single one of these rows that I make before I actually come through and plant. Obviously, I'm going to let them cool off before I put my seeds in. I'm not dumb. Most of the time. Some of the time. Occasionally. Whatever. Okay. So, I'm going to put boiling water to basically sterilize these rows. I know there's bacteria and a whole ecosystem in there. You know what? There's going to be an ecosystem in there again when I put more soil in. Anyhow, it will be fine. But it will remove all of these extra weed things. And I need them all cleared out. I'm going to do that before. I'm not going to do the whole putting cardboard down. I'm not doing all that. That's just, I'd rather have plain soil and I'd rather go deep into the ground. I don't want them, I don't want barriers. And I mean, we get kind of a, well, it looks like we had a lake back over here. We had lakes. So I need well drainingness to happen, not I'm going to put a weed barrier down that water can drain through, but slower. No, I need it to be able to flush out faster than that. So I'm going to do that. If it's a foot up, then I can kind of deal a lot better with the rabbits than anything else, which is an issue. So that's going to be our thing. And then I'll just replant it with a foot worth of soil, which is actually going to be kind of costly. The boxes and the soil to replant this is going to be costly because I don't have time or energy to do the whole lasagna gardening that I want to do. I also don't have the materials to do it. I'm not physically capable of shoveling all those different layers. It's just easier to grab bags, dump the bags, grab the bags, dump the bags. When I'm too sore, stop, take a break, come back, open the bag, dump the bag, just keep going. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably gonna take the leaves and actually I'll probably not. I'll probably just not do that this year. But that would be great because I really just want the raised beds. They will be a lot healthier plants. They'll have better drainage. I'll put draining holes in the bottom with meshes so that water can drain out better. But right now they're kind of just stuck in this clay mud with a layer of Miracle Grow that is already washed off. Except for in that case, which has grass, which has hindered a lot of growth from a lot of the plants. So yeah, that didn't work so well. Raised beds with potatoes would be better too, because then you can just kind of add boxes onto them and fill them with dirt and just keep adding boxes to it. So that's another thing too that I want to do, so that I don't have to do that. I don't even have to keep filling it with dirt. I can just keep filling it with the grass. But one of the tobacco plants is coming out really good. It's not like I smoke cigarettes, but I figured tobacco in an emergency situation, if people always want to trade for tobacco. Oh, almost always. This beautiful thing got broken, but for the most part, yeah, she's doing great. She's happy. She's loving life. And we're ordering a Miracle Grow liquid feed system. I have the hand watering thing, but it sprays everywhere. I get drenched and it's a hassle. So we're gonna get one that hooks directly to the faucet. So I'm gonna put the sprinkler out here and just go through a bottle just once a week or so, if that. Yeah, so you can. There's a couple that finally made it up, but this whole thing was planted and so few actually came up. So potatoes are gonna be far and few this year, unfortunately, but I will have potato seed. So next year I'm gonna do a different variety, so I get different seeds. So I'm gonna do that for a few years and just get one variety, get the seeds, and I'll have the seeds for later, and then later on in life I can plant the seeds. If I want to collect the seeds, I will plant one variety. That's how it goes with pollination. You want one variety so that you get the same thing back. And this year intentionally trying to cross a chalaki tomato. Fun fact, the Cherokee language does not have any R's in it. Cherokee has no R's in their alphabet, in their dialect at all. Chalaki. So this is still a baby. It's going to get bigger and then turn like a purple. Like a reddish purple is what this one's going to be. So I only did this one because I want tons of seeds from this. Because these are good. These are good ones. Nice heirloom variety of them. That one is effed. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys go. It's been fun chatting with you. I would turn the camera around, but I'm a hot mess. So I'm gonna get started on the workout here. My hip is already starting to hurt just from walking around. I'm super excited about these tomatoes though. I'm very hopeful for them because I still have over a month in the growing season before it gets too cold, and they're already starting to get big fruits. So super happy about that. I'm just gonna keep their fertilizer. I mean, I keep putting powdered fertilizers in. I have just slammed them all with nitrogen, and maybe a little too much in the corn row. That thing is like 12 feet tall, 15 feet tall. So maybe a little less nitrogen on the corn next time. But I hit them all with nitrogen at the very beginning when I first put the babies in. I wanted them to take off. They were underdeveloped, so they all got a big burst of nitrogen. Throw in a little bit of phosphorus later on, and now the fruits are starting to come up. I added more phosphorus. I did that, and then I have an all-purpose. And what I do is I'll also hit them with the liquid feed. I know all organic gardeners are probably telling me where to shove it right now, and I don't care. Miracle Grow does have some really amazing results, and I'm gonna stick with it because it does amazing. I mean, look at these bad boys. They were, oh, look at that cayenne. Okay, at least my cayenne stayed on. Those have to turn red. Those actually do turn red. Oh my god, look at those big boys. I'm going to have a lot of cayenne, which is good because I use it to deter squirrels, rabbits. Oh, this is that bell pepper. I believe this one is the this is the spicy bell pepper right here. It's got a few growing, so I gotta watch those carefully. And this is the bell pepper I planted, which is not doing as great. But I mean, that was store-bought. And this bad boy right here, this would be a jalapeno, I believe. Pretty sure that's jalapeno. Yep, jalapeno. Or it's paprika. My tags are cayenne. No, paprika's that bad boy. Okay, so this is jalapeno. Because that's the next tag is pepperoni, and then oh, I just lost a pepper for fruit. Anyways, jalapenos over here. Yeah, so those are jalapenos. Look at those big boys. Those I planted, so I mean, store-bought, homegrown. Obviously, I did something right. A lot of it's in the what I feed them. The liquid feed works great. No, I'm not sponsored by Miracle-Gro. I wish I was, because my life would be so much easier because I'm broke. It's not even a joke. Yes, so hit it with a liquid feed throughout the year and it gives them a good boost. It unfortunately also gives the weeds a good boost, but what can you do? Yeah. So that's what I do, and it turns out pretty good. Next year I'm going to do a lot of things different. Protect the seedlings better, for one, from the miniature tornado that we have in our house. I love this. This is just a happy feeling right here, and hopefully no more. I mean, these survived just fine. The cage has held them up pretty good. So they're fine. I'm good with that. Seymour, stay. Stay. Leave her alone. She's doing her thing. Anyways, well, I'm going to talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one and stay safe out there.
Don't forget, if you're liking these videos, to like, share, and subscribe. And also you can ring the bell for notifications, and it'll let you know right when a new video launches. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe right here. And also, if you want to see all the videos that you have missed so far, you can click right here. There's the fan. You can click right here and it'll send you to my videos in order playlist. You can watch them all as I drop them. And we'll see you next time. Bye guys.